Hello there. Welcome to Cabbage Patch Soap. My name is Laura, and today I will be making Sandalwood Teak Soap. Those are the colors that I'll be using that I just pushed aside there. And in this video, you'll see that we had a happy accident, so keep watching to see how that turned out. And here I'm just pouring the lye water into the oils. And now I'm just going to blend this to get it emulsified. I just want to mix this up because I'm going to split this into 3, and I didn't want it to become too thick before I could work with it. But the fragrance ended up decelerating. Here I'm just pouring in the fragrance. This smells really good. Obviously it smells like sandalwood, but it also has a rich teakwood fragrance with notes of citrus and patchouli. And the reason I'm blending this in by hand is because I wasn't sure if this would accelerate, and I wanted to make sure I had time to work with it. But as you can see, the batter actually seems to have thinned out, and that happens sometimes with certain fragrances. This can be good if I was working with a really intricate pattern or something that, I would need a really fluid batter for. But for this one, I actually needed it to stay a little bit thicker, or at least to thicken up later. And you'll see what happens here. So first I'm just dividing this up into 3. I'm going to pour in this golden color first. The next color is a brown. It's going to look black probably on the screen, but just know it was a brown. It lightens up after I mix it into the batter. And then the last one is black. I use activated charcoal for this. And the little containers that I'm using here are biodegradable. So I'm going to mix in this gold color first, and still it doesn't seem to be thickening, which is completely fine. I'm going to go with the brown, and then I'm going to mix in the black. And then, because what I wanted to do was a layered pattern, I decided to help the black thicken up a little by blending it some more. And I spent quite a long time blending this, and it never thickened. I mean, it did a little bit, but it didn't become thick like I needed it to. I cut out most of that footage because it was just boring. It was literally just standing there with the stick blender. But, it never reached the thickness I needed, so I thought maybe if I just pour it into the mold it'll thicken. I didn't want to wait too long. I didn't want to risk it becoming too thick and then not pouring, but that never happened. So I waited a while. I poured it into the mold and waited a considerable amount of time, which I also cut out because nothing was happening. And you'll see here, I just started blending up the brown. That's the brown color. But that black is still completely liquid. There's no way I'm going to be able to layer the other colors on top without them breaking through. So I decided to give up on that and count this as a happy accident and go with something else instead. But don't worry, in a future video you'll see me use the same method again with much better success. So I decided to blend up the gold and pour it into the brown and do an in the pot swirl. And then use that to do a drop swirl into the black. And this turned out really neat. I was not expecting it to look as cool as it did when I cut it. So here I'm just pouring the brown and gold mixture into the black. And tapping out the air bubbles. And now I'm going to put the gold drizzle on top. I'm going to make gold lines and then swirl them. If there are any colors or fragrances or designs that you'd like to see me attempt, leave a comment down in the comment section below, and if I'm able to, I'll go ahead and give it a try. So now I'm just going to swirl the top. And then here it is up close. It looks really nice on the top. So here we are about a day or so later to cut it. The top turned out really nice. And here's what the first one looks like on the inside. I think it turned out really neat. It almost looks like caves or something, and the little gold specks are like little glowing lights. I was not expecting it to look like this at all, so I'm really happy with the results. And here's the last piece. And then these are the little end pieces that I'll cut up later. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I upload every Monday and Thursday. Thank you for watching. You have a great day. Oh, and these will be available February 1st.